we're live! Welcome everybody to Save or Dice, the season 1 finale. Are you guys excited? Because I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped. My name is Cody Lewis with Taking20, and as always, we have our amazing cast here. We have David Friant with Nerdarchy, the one and only Andrew Armstrong with DawnforgedCast, Jonathan Pruitt with WebDM, and our magnificent bastard Jim Davis with WebDM. With no further ado, I'm going to pass this thing over to Jonathan Pruitt.
How's it going, everybody out there in Save or Dice land? It's been an amazing ride, but all rides come to an end. So let's just pimp the sponsors one more time and pump the gas on that motherfucker and before we get out of here. So remember, head on over to ThinkGeek. They have stuff. Sure, some of it's, overpriced, but there's a lot of good shit there. Next, we got Dungeon Painter Studios that provided all these maps. Jim Davis has been knocking it out of the park. And that's our baseball pun because there's a game or something going on right now or something. But head on over to pyromancerstudios.com to get in on that. And our virtual tabletop is Fantasy Grounds. It's been awesome playing with this. It's my first virtual tabletop to play with. I've been having a blast. Very, very sharp learning curve, and then it's all over. So also we have, we're going to be providing links for a giveaway from pyromancerstudios.com for 4 copies of Dungeon Painter Studio. So you're going to get a Steam key for that, so you can download that and have free access to that. It's going to go for about 2 weeks. There's multiple ways to sign up, so look for the links. We're going to be posting them, and without further ado, or no more gilding the lily, let me hand it on over to Jim Davis.
Thank you very much. Yes, welcome to the season finale for the first season of Save or Dice. Our heroes, of course, find themselves in the theatrical lair of the demon Pagkatama, who has absconded with the orphans that our heroes are the guardians of, and is preparing some sort of foul ritual with them involved. Of course, the demon has masked everyone in the theater's appearance to appear as though they are orphans, except for Robin, who has his potion of sight beyond sight that allows him to see through the demon's illusions. There is a fight going on somewhere towards the east. There's 3 large doors that three large doors that open onto a seating area for the theater, and of course the heroes are entering in from backstage. They can hear fighting going on, shouting, the sounds of spells being cast, bodies flying around, Yavo's screams and thuds against the door that you can hear. And then somewhere from on stage, the voice of Pagkatama mocking the party as our heroes prepare to do battle with this demon who has killed their master, run amok, and slain several other prominent members of the neighborhood. Gentlemen, I've got us in initiative order, and remembered that Joego has advantage on his initiative rolls, and we are going to we're going to jump right in it, unless anyone has a final thoughts, as I believe Joego is rushing onto stage to rescue the orphans,
save the children.
They're the children, right?
Believe the children are our future.
Correct. Gerard is still with us, and I believe Jardon is sort of perched on Robin's shoulder as a small lizard, a small bean. And that's where we're at. So yeah, Joego is walking out onto the stage invisible, although at least one of the orphans has indicated that it can see you, and yeah, that's where we're at.
Okay, so as usual, the maps do not really show up for me, but I think it's doing my computer more than anything. But I'll just watch it on the stream.
There you go.
For those of you who couldn't hear me on the stream, I was just saying that Gerard is still here. That's all.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, so we've got in initiative order here, we've got some of the NPCs that are still outside. They're not able to really participate in the fight. You can see, as Joego's walking out, the orphan here, sort of at the apex, at the point of the summoning circle here, that's pulsing with a red, raw, arcane energy. Oliver and Jardon feel it in the back of their teeth in the same way you feel like biting down on tin foil if you have fillings or something. There's sort of a shimmer in the air immediately above it. As it points at Joego and just says casually, "Kill him." And that's where, Joego, it's your turn.
All right. So who yells "kill him"? One of the children?
One of the children, yeah.
Is it? Do I recognize the child?
Yeah, it looks like, what's her name?
It starts with an L.
Yeah, it was Layla, I believe. Sneezy Layla, I think, was...
No, Sneezy. It's okay. It's Joego. Joego, take you all home, children. We must get out of here before the mean Pag comes back.
Sneezy is the Pag.
Yeah, so you hear Robin scream it out.
Hold on tightly.
And the orphans are turning towards Joego with knives out.
Even though we're invisible, they're like straight up. I'm asking.
Even though you're invisible.
Okay.
They're turning in your general direction, yeah.
I just needed to know that. All right.
Robin, you say Sneezy is Pag?
I got the crazy potion site. Sneezy is Pag.
What about the other children? Are they Pag too?
They're Pag's thralls. Oh, he's not going to know what that means. They're Pag's followers. Wait,
No, the children are good. They would never follow Pag.
They have knives.
Yeah, they don't exactly know where you guys are clearly, and it looks like Pag is in the middle of casting some kind of spell, or is about to. Robin can see that, and everyone else can see one of the children kind of, performing the arcane whatever.
I will take off the glasses, rage, and charge Sneezy. No, Sneezy, no magic. Okay. No, magic bad.
All right.
Sorry, Oliver. Jardon.
Are the kids still looking my direction?
Yeah, some of them are, because some of them might feel the rush. All right.
So I'm going to attempt to tackle Sneezy. It seems like the only appropriate thing to do.
Okay.
Clearly.
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
That's a 17. It's not even that good of a roll.
No. Let me see. Here we go. Let's see. I got a 15. You managed to grab a hold of her wrist. And just barely. It's not a good grip. But you managed to grab a hold of her wrist as you can hear this sort of foul utterance coming out of her lips. Some sort of spell.
So I just scoop her up one-handed, and the other arm with the board comes around, and I'll attempt to kind of bear hug her, but with the board.
Okay.
So when I grab her, does she feel? Does it feel like picking up a child?
No, it does not feel like picking up a child.
Okay, so that'll probably register. And
actually, what's the largest size creature you can pick up?
Well, I have the bear totem and I have the Goliath ability.
Okay. Yeah, you've got it. You're plenty strong.
A lot.
Yeah. Quadruple, whatever it normally is.
So I guess a 16 to just try and start crushing. Okay. I'm still not completely convinced, but I'm starting to think that maybe it's really not Sneezy. I have this cool magic thing I can enact in my board, but I believe that's a concentration spell. And I do believe very raging.
I do believe so. Yes. So this is weird. This particular initiative count is there's a lot of people crammed into initiative count 20. So as Joego's coming over, he's got Layla kind of in a lock, but it doesn't quite feel right to Joego. And then at the same time, you can hear she spits out this magical curse. And let's see. I need.
Oh, you know what? As a bonus action, I want to just throw a knee.
Okay.
That is a 18.
18 is going to miss.
Okay.
And she's sort of like, you got to grab her hands by one, and you're like trying to wrap around her, and she throws out this sort of like coursing blue and white magical energy that streaks towards Oliver.
Dodge.
And the invisibility fades away. She's used a dispel to get rid of your invisibility.
Oh, I just became visible for all the kids with knives?
For them and Joego as well.
I mean, I love these kids, but I'm just saying.
Right? Yeah. There's quite a few of them up here.
I'm gonna turn in a way to put the Sneezy Pag between me and the children. And try and use him for cover.
All right. And then at the same time, you guys are watching as this. As Joego's kind of wrestling this little girl and trying to overpower her, but it looks like he's having some trouble. And then all of a sudden, the glyph on the floor flares bright red, and the girl goes fuzzy around the edges.
She goes fuzzy?
She goes fuzzy. It's sort of indistinct and blurry.
Oh my gosh.
All right. That is everything at initiative count. So that. Let's see. So there's more fighting coming from outside. There's another heavy thud on the door, this central door right here. Let's see. There's another person right here, orphan number 3. He's got the, looks like Scooty. He's got the drums that they're banging on, and it gets more rapid and more rapid. And then this giant sort of spectral looking flail comes out, it materializes in front of him, and it sends it. Let's see who's
dodge
after.
Please dodge.
It's going to go after Joego. No, I'm afraid not. Are you sweating over there, Oliver? You all right?
Man, I'm not feeling great about. I mean, I had a plan.
You don't sound confident.
wasn't a good plan. I mean, it was a great plan.
It was a
Shouldn't
great
have
plan.
told the dungeon master the plan. I think I should have. I should have Facebook messaged the plan. Metagamed the shit out of it.
Oh, come on now.
No,
come on. All right, here we go. Just give me a second. So what is Jogo's AC? Because this thing is.
It is a 17, I believe.
Shrug.
Oh my god.
Yeah, 17.
8. Yeah, this sort of spectral flail attempts to come over and take a swing at Joego, but it misses. Let's see. Some more. All right, it's going to be Robin's turn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, well, Robin is going to move into the room. That's 30 feet.
Are you just gonna stab a child?
And hey, I see this. Yeah,
you see this thing.
Child for what it is.
Uh-huh.
This is no child. This is the demon, and he's going to fling sand into Pag's eyes, or try to. I mean,
okay.
He's like blurry, right? There is a blur to him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to fling sand in his eyes.
Okay.
So it's a DC. What was that? DC 12.
Yes.
Deck save.
Let's see. Yeah, that's
Shit.
good.
Oh well. So in that case,
Actually, I need Joego to make me a save as well.
Excellent. What
Yeah,
is
they're
it?
grappling. They're like right in the same.
Yeah. That's a deck save, though, right?
Yeah, DC 12 deck save.
All right. I want to say this should be easy, but that sounds like...
This is where the TPK starts.
Woo!
That's a 13. He barely pulls it out.
All right. Woo! So the sand goes flying over and around them as they sort of thrash about.
Only because I'm a barbarian and I get advantage.
Right.
Okay, so well then I'm just going to try to stab this pag. So I assume that'll be at disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay. So that's going to be 16 to hit.
16 hits, or sorry, no, 16 misses.
Shit. Oh wait. I got under the effect of the potion.
You still got a bless effect.
So 18.
Let me see real quick. No, 18 misses.
God.
Also, I'm gonna go on a limb, but the blur effect that's not gonna affect Robin, is it?
Well, wait, yeah. Does that affect
the true sight?
It's not a true sight potion. It lets you see things that are in disguise or shaped otherwise as they not naturally are. It's not a true sight effect.
Well, he's not naturally fuzzy.
It's not the same.
Actually, he is naturally fuzzy.
He's kind of naturally fuzzy.
Now you're being pedantic.
All right. Anything else? Because it's going to be Oliver's turn next.
No, that's it. That's all my moves.
So, since I see these kids coming towards me with the knife, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to walk up the wall because fuck that.
Okay.
Because I got them spider climbing boots.
Spider Oliver.
So, I'm going to climb up. How high up does this go? Does it go all the way to the ceiling?
Oh, yeah. It's a huge stage. There's like a bunch of walkways above it. And
so there's
and
like,
a ton of stuff.
can I make it all the way to the ceiling?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I do it. I don't want to do that. I want to go like 15 feet up or so. I'm going to go about 15 feet up. I'm going to use a bonus action to inspire my boy Joego.
Okay.
Joego, my man, you're amazing. You can do this. And I'm going to inspire him a little bit. And then I'm going to start playing another song. I'm going to try to counter charm.
Okay.
So everybody within 30 feet, as however many kids is I can, hopefully they have advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed. And hopefully this will break some of that.
So it doesn't give them a new save immediately. It's like if they have to make a save.
Yeah, it just says words of power to disrupt mind influencing effects. Blah, blah, blah. Advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed.
Okay.
They need to be able to hear me, obviously.
Yeah, they can hear you.
Cool. So I'm gonna perform on the stage like nobody has ever performed in the Cerulean Rose before. It is just a hell of a concert.
Give me a performance check.
That's the thing I might be able to do. Hitcha! Oh, me, man.
Oh, come on.
+7. There's the 5.
7.
Almost the 4. But I'm
yeah.
performing
Your song is working
as best as Oliver can perform under the circumstances.
It doesn't seem like he's not on his A games in terms of bringing the music.
A few seconds ago I was invisible with a plan. All right, I'm improvising.
Gotcha.
A little off kilter at the moment.
All right, so you're counteracting the charm effect from that the orphans are under. It's going to be Jardon's turn.
And very specifically in the song, I'm going to be like, run away, run away, run away, run away, flee to the hills. And that's going to be in the lyrics.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Nice. So I was on Robin's shoulder, but I probably jumped off, while he's running forward.
Uh-huh.
Would transform back into his normal form, and he looks like he has something to say to Pag, but first he's gonna look from orphans one to the next and try and lifting his hand up, his eyes glow green, and vines will erupt from underneath the stage, and I'm going to try and entangle all of everything.
Okay.
So that is a strength save. DC 14. It affects a 20-foot square. So I figure I'll have it hit everyone except for Robin and myself. And Joego should be fine, and Robin's already where he needs to be. And if they fail their save, they are restrained.
Okay.
And they can use an action to try and break out.
Yeah, it looks like it would cover pretty much all of the remaining orphans, but you're not worried about trapping Joego, you said. You're just gonna include him in the radius. All right.
Yeah.
So I guess that means Joego needs you to make me a strength save as well, and I'll get some other strength saves going on. Let's see.
It's first level spell.
16. I'm just gonna use the 1 for all of them. And your DC's, you said 15?
14.
14.
The area also becomes difficult terrain, so twice
Gotcha.
movement.
All right, as they struggle against your bonds, it looks like one of them so far has one of them managed to wriggle themselves free from the vines that burst forth from the from beneath the stage. The one that Joego has kind of grappled there. There doesn't seem, the vines seem to just like not be able to touch him at all. And then the others, like I said, looks like orphan number 5 is unaffected by the entangle. The rest of them have been grabbed and are sort of being held in place by the grasping vines.
I've got something. Is now just DM. Jardon has something on his mind.
Something on your mind. Okay.
Yeah. As he's weaving the vines around, he's looking at. It looks like Sneezy, but he knows Robin has pointed out that that's Pag, and he'll say, his voice carrying as best as it can. Pag, I have studied much about you, and I know that you are a slave here, or at least you were, that you were lost and not able to find your way back home. And I know the pain of this, of losing one's home and one's family. But these people, when I lost my family, when I lost everything, was outcast. These people befriended me, took me in. These children in the orphanage, they cared for us. So, they cared for me. We cared for each other. And you threaten this. So, because you are lost and uncertain, I give you one chance to surrender, put an end to the pain you have caused. But if you do not take it, in the words of my good friend and comrade Robin, we will fuck you up.
It's sort of like is trying to fight off Joego, and Robin's there trying to get a stab in with the daggers. And it's kind of like fending one hand on each. It turns to Jardon and just says, in almost like spits out a curse at you. It's just, these orphans will be my ticket out of this prison. And then it continues its fight against its assailants. For now, Jardon is at the end of the initiative, and that puts us back at the top where we have a very crowded initiative count 20. Let's see. Basically, I don't know what Joego. What's your dex?
My dex is a 14.
Okay. So I think technically Pag goes before you. So it's like Pag, you, and then another effect. But yeah, it kind of all happens at once. So here we are at the top of the initiative. Jardon has delivered his threat, his promise. Jogo's fighting. It doesn't look like the orphans are being able to do much right now. They look as though they're just stuck. Number 5, one that looks like Naomi, at some point would have tried to come around here and get out. But here we are back at the top. All right, guys. Let's see what happens to this demon. Joego feels a brief moment as Pag's trying to like throw you off balance for a second, and then you feel like it's like, oh, you're anticipating Pag trying to like throw a shoulder or knock you off in some way in order to slip out of your grip, and then you bring your makeshift club like slams into you as all of a sudden it's not there and it's behind Robin. All right, Robin.
The club's behind Robin now?
Sorry, Pag is behind Robin. You're still holding on to your club, but it's like, you say you were trying to like use it to choke the demon thing, and it just seems like it slipped out of your grasp.
Robin, look out! Behind you, Robin!
Behind you! All right. Here we go. 15 to hit Robin for a first attack.
I believe my AC is 15.
Is it?
Yep.
All right. And then 16 to hit for the second attack. So you feel, Robin, it happens like that. And you can see sort of this shadow of nothing loom over you, and two claws rake into your back. Deep cuts. Let's see. Here we go. First one is going to be 11 slashing damage.
Okay, I'm going to use my reaction to reduce the damage on the first one.
All right. And it's 11 for the second one as well.
So it'd be what, 11 and 5 or 6? Round up, yeah?
It was round like normal.
Okay.
Yeah. Round like they taught you in grade
That's
school.
some nice grouping on the damage there.
I know, right?
Yeah.
In Xanathar's Guide to Monsters, it says
What does it say?
round down. Whenever you divide a multiplying number in the game, round. Just pointing. That's what Xanathar's.
All right.
Okay.
It says it also in the special edition cover.
Oh, same thing. It's not two different texts.
Same text. In both of the books.
Gotcha. So that's what Pag just did. Of course, everybody but Robin sees the tiny orphan girl bamfing around and behind, and then just raking her tiny little orphan fingers across Robin's back, which explodes in red ribbons of blood. All right, Joego.
All right. Well, so he's got the blurry thing on him. So I assume I'm making attack rolls with disadvantage.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember if the grapple rolls are a disadvantage as well against opponent. I'm inclined to say yes. You're trying to grab a creature that's not. You don't really know exactly where they are.
Okay. Well, I'm going to move over to him and just try and knock him down for starting. Okay. Well, that's a 13.
Let's see. No, 13's going to miss.
All right. Well, we get another try.
Check. Let me see.
Children, no ticket.
Yeah, if you're trying to like shove with an athletics check, it's sort of like you can feel its massive bulk despite the appearance.
Yeah. So there's a 17. It's a little bit better.
So you're trying to what? Grab it now?
I'm trying to, grab him.
Okay. Ooh, 22 for my. It's proving to be an ample wrestler here.
Yeah, there's nothing left to do but try and headbutt him. He's left me absolutely no choice at this point. My bonus action is a headbutt.
All right.
A 19.
19 is going to do it.
All right, guys, we know the magic number now.
18.
For 8 points of damage from my forehead.
As you smack into him. Yeah, you've got a it hurts, right? Like I don't know whether it's the supernatural bone structure of this thing or whatever magical protections it has on it, but it feels like headbutting a brick wall.
I always suspect Joego knows what that feels like.
Absolutely, right?
He's gotten mad at a wall before.
He has gotten mad at a
Well,
wall.
he is a pothead right now, so he wouldn't feel the pain quite as much.
I beg to differ. Pots make horrible helmets.
That's true. All right.
I'm not sure that's what he was talking about there, but
Heyo.
No, Joego says no to drugs.
No.
Don't do drugs,
Okay.
kids.
So the glyph flares red again, and I need Joego to make me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, that should go really well.
DC is going to be 15.
All right.
yeah.
And I am going to use my inspiration on that roll.
Okay.
Is that a D8?
No, it's advantage, isn't it?
No, I've been.
Bardic Inspiration.
Bardic Inspiration, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's a D8.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So that makes it a 16.
Bards
Very
do
good.
things.
So
Oliver did something.
Joego sees the ghosts of Daronia rise up out of the floor and come straight for him with like chilly, ghastly fingers reaching out. But at the last moment realizes that it's just a figment of his imagination. Nothing happens.
Evil Pag, try and use Fig Newtons on Joego.
Fuck me.
That one's great. All right, his turn is it. Here's what happens. Something big. You guys who are on the stage but not really engaged in the fighting, so basically Oliver and Jardon can see these the front doors here buckle, and there is a loud, thunderous blast from the lobby as they blow open, and a human in sort of like maybe half plate or some kind of, at least a breastplate, is pushed back through the door, and the fight that was in the lobby sort of spills into the seating area here. So give me a second to arrange some tokens. If anyone else has a monologue or some inspiring words, now is the time to do that while your DM does some
run away
house
to
cleaning.
the hills.
All right.
Joego gonna smash Pag. Joego gonna beat Pag with board and shove it right through Pag.
I have a crazy
Like
plan.
he did before Kronos.
I have a crazy plan. We're gonna make it happen.
Oliver, you know what happens to plans?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I fucking do.
What happens to plans?
Neat. I'm checking out the tokens right now.
Ah,
Oh, joy.
all right. Give me just a second. I got a couple more to throw up here.
So chat, you guys have any bets on who's dying first? They seem like Oliver seems like a favorite.
I don't know why. I'm the only one with Dimension Door, and they're like, he's totally fucking dead. Like, he doesn't have the hit points that Joego or Jardon has, and Robin will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me who's in direct melee and already.
I know, like,
Taking a lot of
I'm
damage.
halfway up a wall with Dimension Door in my pocket, and they're like, oh no, Robin's gonna make it. He's fine. It's not a problem.
It's perfectly fine.
They're WebDM fans, that's why.
Scooty is gonna die first, and then Sneezy. Oh, chat.
Oh goodness. All right. So so that happens, and the doors blow open. You see Yavo fighting this human with like a breastplate and a rather sort of a long sword that comes to a sharp tapered point that's wielding in two hands against Yavo. And then right on their tails come Xenophon in his golden mask and skull cap, and Uther in his silver runic half plate and warhammer right behind them. All right.
Welcome to the party, pals.
Are the plethora of children gonna get a save? He's like, oh shit, now I got to do that.
I don't know that they've taken any damage or anything that's happened to them that would break their dominate.
They don't get a save every round. Damn it.
Not in this case.
Yeah.
See what I'm dealing with, guys.
Orphans do not deserve a save every round.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do something.
No, it's cool.
I mean, like,
fuck it.
You have to like
Fuck it. I'm about to kill these kids.
Like 5 of the 6 of them are rendered utterly immobile from the vines that have come out, and then the 5th one is over.
You only have to kill one of them.
He needs all the souls. He needs all the souls to escape.
He needs all the souls. All right.
Actually, killing them might be a bad idea, because that might be exactly what he needs to happen.
Isn't the whole point of all of this everything to save the orphans in the orphanage?
Yes,
I don't know where
of course.
Kingdom came up.
Not really going to kill the kids. I'm totally going to kill them.
I'm totally going to burn this whole place down.
I'm channeling my most inner murder hobo. I'm just going to burn the whole fucking place down.
That's not.
If it works for Pag, it could work for us.
It could work for Pag.
Did you see Kronos? I'm just saying.
Yeah, but in this analogy, Pag is Krotos.
So
Right.
I need Joego to make Jogo's going to take 9 force damage from this spectral flail that finally hits him. I'm assuming a 20 hits Joego.
Yeah, just barely.
Yeah, and then the drummer kind of gets up from where he is and then comes over and joins the melee that's developing between Robin, Pag, and Joego. And like I said, he's gonna take on the big guy. He's like, you know what? Life's too short to be scared. 10's gonna miss Joego, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that bounces off his hide.
Bounces off his side. Not gonna be hurt. Xenophon's doing his thing. You can see him like bobbing and weaving. He himself is also fuzzy and indistinct, and you can see him look to each of you and then hear in your mind as he says something to the effect of, friends, the fight out front is going well, but it took its toll. What is that thing on the stage, that glowing thing? You can hear this like telepathically in your mind from Xenophon.
I'll quickly say back, it's a magic circle. He's attacking with it and deriving power from it.
Okay.
I have no fucking idea.
Robin's seen a magic circle before.
You have all seen magic circles before. They're lousy across the city.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you have not seen one that's made your teeth hurt and that non-magic users can see the magical power of. That's different. It's Robin's turn.
Okay. Well, Robin will turn on Pagmonima. Pag, I don't care. His name's not worth it. And shit, I got one thing I do and I do it. So I'm just going to make 2 attacks, I guess, at disadvantage.
Okay.
Why can't I drop it on the thing?
I don't know.
Oh! Does anything awful happen, Jim Davis?
On a 1 there.
The awful is this encounter.
Yeah. I think I shaved my beard and lost my power.
You did lose your power, just like Samson. No, nothing awful happens. You almost stab Joego, and you're kind of like thrown off balance momentarily. Yeah, nothing awful happens yet, only because I can't think of anything in a reasonable amount of time.
I'm gonna roll really quick before you do.
All right.
So
16 misses.
Wait, hang on a second. Wait, where'd my D4 go?
I don't know where it went, man.
My D4 disappeared.
Oh, you've been robbed.
That's my job.
Or someone stole it. One or the other.
19 to hit?
19 will hit.
Oh my god!
Magic number.
Okay, so I actually, and Joego is in melee with Pagmono? Yeah?
Yeah, everybody's in a big scrum.
Holy
Damn it, man.
shit!
Come on!
Seriously?
Somebody call Doug right now.
Oh my god. Okay, so there it is. I'll be right back. I gotta go find a beard.
All right.
Oh, we believe you.
Okay, who was that? That orphan's still up. I think this is some pretty creative work with trying to figure out all these tokens, and it's difficult to do illusions in a VTT. You know, just sort of a talk shop for a second. It's difficult, but there are a lot of illusions around here. Oliver,
did you just kill an orphan?
No, he didn't actually just kill an orphan.
Okay.
I'm using the orphan
I'm just checking.
tokens.
I'm like, I didn't hear that. I heard Robin kill things, but that's all right. All right, so here's
You saw him stab Sally.
help me out here, Jim Davis. I'm trying to figure out where the orphans are that are tangled up.
Orphan number 5 is not tangled.
Orphan 5, he's the only one?
Only one that is not entangled. All the others are
God,
entangled.
that sucks. Okay. Then I'm going to change my plan. And I am going to... God, I wanted to do that so badly. Okay, I'm just going to crawl up to the ceiling and... actually, you know what? Forgive me. I'm going to drop down. I won't be tangled, correct, if I drop down here? Or do I got to move over a little bit?
You'll be all right. There's basically like a 20-foot cube centered almost kind of on the glyph.
Okay.
Where there's vines coming up from the stage.
Well, then I'm going to let his tangle thing. I had a plan, but if they're all tangled, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to drop down, and I'm going to continue to inspire my boy Joego, because he is a beast.
Okay.
And I'm going to fire off some arrows and do bard things.
And do bard things.
Me. And one more.
I do bard things with my friends.
4. Son of a bitch.
Let the chorus of the fours begin.
Right. There's
and there was much foring.
And I need Oliver can make me a perception check as well.
Maybe I'll do something there useful. All right, here we go. There you go, 21. Why not?
Yeah, you hear stomping around from behind you backstage.
Oh shit! You've got to be kidding me! And I alert everybody. Something's behind us.
All right, that was Oliver. Jardon.
All right. Well, he needs to maintain concentration, but he can do that on the vines. And so I just happened to find the effects and dragged over restrained to
Sweet.
What I thought was. So the ones with the little square in the corner should be indicated if that was correct.
Yep, look good.
In my attempt. So I think he's going to begin to kind of assess the situation because he's supposed to do the ritual with the crystal and the spell scroll. He got the sense though that you need to weaken him first, right? We have to whittle him down.
The instructions were that you have to drive Pag's spirit out of the host body that it's basically possessing.
Would a dispel magic? Would I think because he spent a bunch of time studying this process? Would that be enough, or is it really beat him out of the body?
Yeah, you got to beat it out of the body. Once he's infested a host, you have to make the host unsuitable for possession.
Okay. Let's see.
It can't possess a corpse, basically.
Right. All right. Now I've got my tidal wave ability does damage. Could I cast it such that it doesn't? And then my hope is to blow back all the orphans who are, I'm trying to control them so that they don't get hurt. And so the theory would be bring up the poo tidal wave and wash all the orphans that are around the circle up against the far wall. But I don't want to hurt them.
Gotcha.
It's a third level spell. What do you think?
There's no way to avoid hurting them with that level of magic, but you don't have to kill them.
So I can
you can direct the spell enough so that they might get roughed up a little, but they're not gonna get smashed and bloodied against the wall.
Okay.
In theory, you can choose to do non-lethal damage to them.
Yeah.
All right. Then he's going to let the vines. He's going to call the vines back to him, and as they're coming back, they kind of liquefy into this greenish, pulpy unpleasantness. He'll swirl it around with his hands and then fling it forward. And I think it'll hit everything to Orphan 7, 1, and then to the left. I should be able to line up the tidal wave that way. So they've got a dex save.
Gotcha.
14.
So Orphan 7, Orphan 1, 9, 11, 2, and 5.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Let me just double check. 30 foot long, 10 feet wide, 10 feet tall, but you can tweak the dimensions. They're actually not pushed back with this. Drats. That's my intention. I don't want to, if you think it's okay.
You're looking to kind of have a spell that just sort of pushes them all out of the way.
Just to shove them, yes.
I'll let you do that with Tidal Wave. Yeah, that seems like it should be possible with Tidal Wave.
Then their dex save or they get pushed back.
Dex save is DC 15. And again, using the commoner because that's their stats. So it looks like one of them is all right.
Damn.
Six. Boy, that okay. So two of them are not pushed back. let's say there, that's going to be orphan number 1 is not pushed back, and then orphan number 4 is not pushed back. Sorry, not 4. 4 is on the floor down there. Orphan number 2. So right here, this one immediately sort of closest to Jardon, orphan number 2 is not pushed back, and then further away, orphan number 1 isn't. But the rest of them are kind of pushed against the wall. Kind of almost.
He'll call out, "Come back to your senses, children."
All right, now they can make that save with advantage. That are used to, or is
I stopped my counter charm song when it didn't seem to have any effect on them.
All right, well, they still get a save. They just don't have advantage to resist the charm effect, but they're still going to get some. Probably just knocked out.
Thunk. It's really hard. Resist, children.
All right.
Thunk.
Run away, little ones, run away.
All right. So it looks like maybe 1 or 2 of them might have come out from underneath the charm, but they are stunned momentarily by the tidal wave of excrement and sewage water and runoff from the arcane streets of the city. There we go. Let's see. Let me get rid of this real quick.
I needed to play the GIF one more time at least. So.
Yeah.
GIF? As in the peanut butter?
Jig big.
It's a GIF, sir. Just so you know.
J. The I lets the G.
All right, chat.
Yeah.
Is it a J or a G sound?
All right. Well, the G
Don't ask
sounds
me.
for
I
graphics.
mispronounce everything.
Kind of cleaned up here. Oops, we lost what's his name. That's all right. It's time to break out the real tokens here for some of these guys.
Oh shit.
It's probably better if we don't see.
G. I'm on Cody's side here. It's peanut butter.
I usually say GIF also. I just said GIF now. Not sure why.
All right. Jardon just sent a tidal wave.
Pronounced GIF.
Rest of them are like I said, they're down here, knocked unconscious against the wall, covered in sewage water and the remnants of the vines. Yavo and this human are still continuing to fight one another. The human seems to be holding his own against Yavo, and not particularly threatened. We've got some new people coming in who go before initiative count 20. So that's just a FYI for Joego and myself. I will. Anybody else got a monologue or something?
Not yet.
I mostly just want to correct Andrew on. I'm kidding.
You having a tough time?
So are the kids knocked out? Is that what happened here?
Yes, 4 of them are knocked out. Yeah.
And my understanding is that to do that, Andrew, you dropped your vines, correct?
Yeah, he stopped concentration on the vines and did that. Pruitt, is this? I didn't want to share this. I know it's kind of too real, but
fuck, dude.
Is that all right?
Yeah. Show him my Yolog.
Oliver can see Lucian and Hostilian hobble in together. They're sort of like linked shoulder to shoulder. Hostilian, is clutching her side, and there's like just a big red stain on her cloak and vest that she has. And Lucian looks pretty roughed up as well, but they're entering in and hanging back towards the back. Xenophon is following as part of the plan. He was always going to stay back, but Uther's slowly making his way towards the stage as he can. Let's see.
I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here. Chat.
What's that?
Cast magic weapon on my board.
Did that get hot, Dave? Oh wait, there's a person right next to me. I guess I should probably zoom out enough to see that.
Yeah, what's Oliver's AC?
I'm checking. I believe it is a 15, sir.
All right. Oh, the first attack. You feel like the first one. Well, you might not even feel the first one. There we go. Got a second one.
Get some Valorboard.
You feel the first one. You don't even feel the first one. You feel the second one. You work what? Chainmail.
Leather.
Leather. You feel like your armor turn aside a blade and just prevent what would have been like a strike right at your kidney, and you see the woman, the tiefling Sash, who had fought y'all down in the
I'm gonna kill this
in the
bitch.
sub basement. Her wounds look completely healed, and she has got 2 long knives that she's attempting to stab in you right now. That was her turn.
Mine. She is so mine.
It's just ooh. All right, we should count 20. Jeez, there's a lot going on here, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
Good grief. All right. This guy's still drumming. Pag is going to continue his assault against Robin. At this point, it's just like its mouth is... Robin can see that its mouth is just... There's too many teeth for it. And it's sort of staring at you with its hatred. It's the yellow in its eyes. Let's see. 12 for the first attack.
Nope.
Not too much, is it? 19 for the second one.
I'm obviously going to use my reaction to half that damage.
All right, it's going to be 6. Keep an eye on it. Well, never mind.
Okay.
I will let you know when what I was about to say is relevant.
Okay. That's
Doesn't sound
unsettling.
at all.
No, it does not sound particularly settling at all. Joego, it's your turn.
All right, so it is Jogo's turn, and I just lost my guy. There it goes. Okay, so I am going to do something Jogo has not. I don't believe he's done yet.
All right.
I'm going to recklessly attack Pag with this board. We're at 19.
19.
19
Jogo
hits.
kill Pag the way Pag killed Kronos.
You can add that D8 to damage, buddy. That's
Oh
what I
yeah,
said.
I think I will.
Valor Bard, man.
So
Can I use my reaction to ignite his stored spell and flame blade his his board as we spent some time prepping that?
I approve of this,
Yeah,
Andrew.
I remember you mentioning that before.
I could use even my full, give up my next action if you think that would be more appropriate.
Yeah, I think that's would be more appropriate. Yeah, but
Let's do that.
you can do it as if you can use it as your reaction now if you give up your next action.
Okay. So this will be, so you add an additional
46, right?
46 since I cast it at 4th level.
Right.
So an additional 16 fire damage.
Oh, ooh, all right.
Since your guys' rolls have been kind of lackluster, I'll do that.
Did it work? It did work. So, or did you do the flame blade? Did you roll the damage?
You roll the damage on.
Yeah. I was like, I think I figured out how to roll 4 of them.
If you, while you're holding the die and you right click
Will get as many dice.
hold
As you
left. Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of saw it, but and then I did something and messed it up. And there, I'll add another 2.
All right.
And then with rage and strength, that will bring it to 18, 20, 24 points of damage.
24 total.
24 total.
Okay.
And I will. So can I try and knock him over with my bonus action? Because I have Tavern Brawler.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll attempt that.
Okay.
Oh, please.
I suspect he's not going to get knocked over, but we have to try.
Yeah, we'll try. Oh,
Yes!
yeah.
Oh, he does. All right.
There
So how
we
does
go.
this work, right? I'm using reckless attack, canceling out his advantage.
Well, it
Right.
doesn't really. Well, never mind, I'll shut up.
Well, there's disadvantage, and then there's an advantage. They're canceled out. Now he's prone,
Mhm.
which would technically be advantage to hit him.
Yeah, I can kind of see. I always kind of wanted to do a house rule where it was like just one instance of an advantage and disadvantage cancel each other out, so if you can stack them in your favor. But I think in this case, you're just rolling a straight die. I don't want to mess around with a lot of that.
I had to try. That's not going to hit him.
That's no problem. So your DM is going to start using the legendary actions it has for its monster, which will make the fight hopefully considerably more exciting.
I think it's already exciting.
Great.
So are you done with your turn?
Yeah. Joego like bowls into him with his board. You know, you will pay for killing Kronos, and then it ignites in his hands, and then the fire slashes across him. He follows up with a shoulder rush into Pag's gut, knocking him over, and then in his overzealousness, he just slams the board down on the ground next to him, or the flaming board. Then he's
Very
done.
good. Very good. Yeah, and it's going to, let's see, it's going to use its legendary action to lash out at, it's going to lash out at, like at your ankle, like at your legs, basically.
Okay.
It's like it's attempting to get up, and then it uses the momentum of that to lash out at you.
Hey, that's disadvantage to hit. Attack from the ground.
Disadvantage, but you got advantage because you recklessly attacked.
Yeah, so it cancels it out.
All right, 21 to hit.
Absolutely.
And 12 damage.
All
right, there we go. That's the end of that. That's the end of that turn. The human and Yavo continue their brawl in the middle of the tavern. If it ever comes up, I'll actually see what their hit points again.
Get it, boys. He's down. You got advantage, which is going to be just a straight die down to hit him.
There we go. Uther makes his way up here, and you can see him casting a spell at the glyph. He needs to get a. Where's his check?
Fucking A, do something, dude.
He's gonna make his caster check. All right, there we go. You see Uther gather up in like this white pulsing energy into his hammer. He brings the haft of it down on the stage, and the red glyph just shatters into a million little red fragments as it's sort of like left a burn mark in the wood of the stage itself, but the glow is gone. The feeling in the back of your skulls of the magic that's been pulsing there. And I need everyone who's capable of casting spells to make me basically a save based on your spell casting stats. So charisma for Oliver, wisdom for Jardon. The DC you want to beat is 14.
Yeah, sure, why not? Roll another fucking under 10. Damn it, man.
Taking these saves to 11.
God,
All right,
I swear
roll
this
some
campaign
saves
has
as well.
been so brutal with the rolls. It has been unbelievable.
Yeah, we need to get them on the phone.
Doug,
Check their ran. Check
they're
their
like, why do you
algorithm.
hate us so badly? They're like, we don't.
All right,
We're
now
just
put
creating drama. It's fine.
All right,
Just
I need to
on-
make some saves, and we'll see. It's not looking good. Both Jardon and Oliver are going to be incapacitated for one round as the force of magical energy kind of like staggers you off your feet, and you're left blinkered for just a second. It only lasts one round, and then you'll be able back to your normal selves. Who else do I need to roll for here?
Good thing Jardon already used his action.
Hey, I guess we should have saved so we didn't dice.
Oh,
God damn, dude.
And to think Cody is returning for season 2. Just consider that you're in for that for quite a while.
Just think about that for a second. All right, let's see.
They love me.
So far, all
They
of
love
my
me.
okay. The drummer is also similarly stunned momentarily by the collapsing of the glyph. That was Uther's turn. He got rid of that thing. Hopefully, that'll make things swing things in y'all's favor a bit. Here we go. It's Xenophon is continuing to fight. All right, I need to do a little bit more with my dudes. Xenophon casts another spell, and the illusory magic that's covering everything disappears. No one else has a fun monologue? No.
I can do another
No,
one.
go
I'm sorry, I'm
smack
stunned
the
for one
board,
round.
can do that one I practiced before the stream started.
Joego beat Pag like rag.
All right. Here we go. It's sort of roaring and fighting, and there's a bunch of shit going on, and these in the middle are fighting all on Yavo. All right. For some reason, my tokens aren't showing back up. I do believe it is going to be Robin's turn next. So, Robin.
All right. Now that Pag is at my mercy, I'm going to bring both daggers down, trying to stab at him.
All right.
The whole time screaming bloody murder. As the culmination of all this anger finally gets to be released.
Too much.
Too much. It's been too much. Yes!
Got him?
Yeah. Let's roll something besides ones. Well.
You did. You got some threes and twos.
You got a 5 and a 3.
Yeah. No, this would be the crit. No.
All right.
It was close.
All right. So what do we got here? You managed to you got your first attack strikes true. You get your sneak attack there, and then you get your second one.
Resisted. What is that shit?
And there we go.
Good, Robin. Good. Stab him dead. Cut out his guts.
This is for all of the pain that you have wrought on our town. You son of a bitch, we're gonna send you back to the hell that you came from.
It's just sort of like, at this point, it's like full on furious, kind of like, and it sort of like bares its yellowy, sharp teeth at you, and there's all demonic spittle and everything flies out of it.
You are far past the time for a visit to the veterinarian clinic to get your teeth cleaned, sir.
We kill you, Pag, and we feed you to Yavo.
Like, oh, that doesn't sound pleasant. All right, it's Oliver's turn. Robin's over here, stabbing on the ground. It's true. It's out. It's going to take another legendary action and is going to stand up. And let's see. Yeah, it's going to stand up from where it was, kind of get in a better position. Claws bared. Oliver's incapacitated. Jardon, you're incapacitated no longer after this. And then this is where we see the rest of these guys kind of flood in here.
I hear a lot of clicking over there. It makes me nervous.
Yeah, there were some people backstage that come rushing out of the back here. All right. And there's obviously a big fight. There's magic being thrown around. Man, this is a lot going on here. Here we go. We got my guys.
Oh,
this one can't quite get Oliver, but he's assisting the tiefling backstabber over here.
Great.
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm unconscious for a round, so
it's gonna suck for you in a
you
minute.
can pee all over my face for all I fucking know. I'm out.
Listen, Cody, we don't care what you do in your personal time, but this is a family show.
I'm gonna piss on you.
That one's gonna get.
He didn't pick up Jim Davis being like, yeah, there's other shit happening. You're like, Google's like, oh wait, he said pee on your face. Like, it's not suitable for all advertisers.
Jardon gets hit for 2 from one of these other members of the Oxblood Collective, the acting troupe that Pag is working with. One of them hits Jardon for 2, big 2. And let's see, what else do we have here? All right. I think that might, it's Yavo's turn. Yavo goes, and more fighting is happening in the middle. It looks like Yavo's eventually going to win.
Get him, Yavo!
They're like trashing the benches and throwing each other around, and
I think Joego and Yavo are going to be totally bros after this.
yeah, you guys are going to bury the hatchet. It's going to be all good again.
We're gonna bury the hatchet in Pag's back.
Yeah. All right. It's time for Sash's turn. Okay, gentlemen. Let's see. Incapacitated. Stop.
It's too mean. It's too mean.
It's all right. It's only one round. 22 is going to hit. Yes. And let's see. We got this. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for.
Unfortunately, Jim, 22 misses.
22 misses you? Oh, man.
We're so close, though.
It was really... I had 23. Maybe next time,
Jeez.
buddy. Fuck.
That's going to be
dodge
20
action.
damage to... 20 damage to Oliver.
Looks like the stream was right.
Uh-huh. Are you concentrating on anything right now?
I'm out, dude.
I think you would have been. Yeah, you're done.
I'm
done?
stunned. No, I'm stunned.
Oh, you're
I'm stunned.
stunned.
I'm just
I was
stunned for the
gonna say,
round. Nothing major.
More than 20 hit
It's fine.
points. Shit.
It's fine.
All
Nothing
right.
happened.
You're good. All right. Well, yeah, I guess any spells that Jardon was concentrating on are not. That flame blade's not there anymore. Or was Joego concentrating on that one?
Joego can't concentrate on it.
Yeah. All right.
It was good. I've just figured out how to roll 4 dice and add a modifier to it. Son of a bitch. It was going to be so good.
All right. You see Hostilian take some pot shots at she joins the fray down here in the peanut gallery. All right. Okay, it's Pag's turn again. What are we gonna do? He turns towards Robin. And what do I have here? I feel like that, just in terms of, I'm just going to wax philosophical for a second while I'm gathering my thoughts for, you got players, and the players know their characters inside and out, but the DM has to do every fucking thing else.
I thought it was
like
your
that's-
preferred playstyle.
It really is. I love it. I would rather be doing this than just playing one character. Come on, everybody else. But in a big fight, it's always a taxing thing, as I'm sure you know. Let's see.
Yeah. There's cries for the flaming bells, a call for help.
I know. I saw that.
Is
I
that
saw
what the chat's saying?
Yeah, the chat's like,
Yeah,
make
yeah.
your big flaming bell. We'll call for Krotos. Oh, we'll just make Krotos appear.
18
Pissed
for
Zombie
to hit
Krotos.
Robin.
I'm sorry?
18 to hit Robin.
Yes, you hit him.
Yeah, that's going to hit me. Yeah.
Are you glad you asked him what he said?
At a 15.
Yeah, that's going to hit me too.
All right. So the first attack is 6.
Okay.
You ain't never
I'm
seen
gonna
me.
do
Tiger
the
style.
second one.
2 sixes.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to use my reaction to reduce one of them.
Okay.
So,
How you looking?
I'm good.
Well,
It was so convincing. It was so convincing.
it was.
Yeah.
What is your max hit points?
14 more than what that says.
That's metagaming. That's metagaming.
I didn't say 14 of what?
Uh-huh.
On a scale of 1 to about 42, how bad does he look?
You look pretty roughed up, right? I've been keeping an eye.
Yeah, no, I have several claw marks on my back and my stomach.
Yeah.
And I'm
It makes you look kind of rough,
blood and
though.
Yeah.
spitting blood and curses.
It could be pretty rough. It could be a lot worse, I think. Joego, it's your turn.
All right. Joego is just going to double grip the board
Get him back on the ground.
and try and get him back on the ground and just try and whack him with the board. Hopefully, we'll get the knock. Oh, that's not going to. Oh, nice. 21. So that
21's gonna hit.
yeah. Oh, so no, Jardon. How much are we saying the flaming board does?
It's like a D8. If you're wielding in 2 hands, it's a D10. It's like a like a
All
long
right, so
sword or a
we're
warhammer.
definitely going to do it two hands, and
Yeah, the flame blade's no longer there because you were incapacitated.
so 9 damage.
Joego concentrates on the spell.
Joego
He's
raging.
raging.
Oh, then never mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately. And as my bonus action, I will try and shove him down again.
Okay.
23.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
There we go. There we go. 23. All right. Kind of like staggers back and it's sort of on one knee and trying to like fend you off. It's functionally prone there. And then you, I don't know what that is, but that's a thing. It looks like some ice cream. And is Joego done?
No, he just takes another whack at him with his club and just slams it down and crushes some planks. Missing badly.
Missing. Gotcha. All right.
You die, Pag! Die!
So there is there's a brief moment as Pag seems to cast another spell, and let me see real quick. Uther and Pag get in a counter spell duel, which I'm gonna make my things here real quick. 20. Oh, come on now.
So is this like a Fantasia style magical duel?
Yeah, like you see Pag sort of like drawing magical energy into him and is attempting to like fend you off with one hand and is uttering words of power in another, and Uther reaches out his hand and there's a spiraling white ray of arcane energy that shoots out, and then Pag tries to do a thing, and for a brief flurry of magical activity happens between the two of them until there's like an audible pop, and nothing seems to happen.
And then before you know it, buckets and mops are just dancing everywhere.
Right. It's like that scene in Willow where the wand like goes and hits the bucket and then it animates it and then all the gross bones spill out of it. I fucking love that movie. It's my favorite movie of all time ever, for reals. Jogo's done. That was my legendary action, which was foiled. It's my other guy's turn. Good grief. Uther's going to come over here. Uther is ready once things go down to assist with trapping the soul here. All right. Okay, Joego. This spiritual weapon continues to attack you. 16 to hit.
That'll miss.
That's a big miss. And then
Jogo's shucking and jiving.
Yeah, this dwarf drummer is continuing to try to fight you. I'm not sure if you even notice it, because it's nothing's happening there. It's going to change up tactics next time if I can.
Yeah, he needs to go to more cowbell.
And then Pag's going to take his another legendary action here. That was one. That was the other. 25 to hit Robin.
Yeah, that's going to hit me. Yeah.
10 damage.
Okay. I've already taken my legendary, right? Or my reaction, yeah?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
And it is, let's see. What's Xenophon up to? Xenophon is joining in the battle with these others down here and mopping up some of these other guys. Robin, it's your turn.
Okay, yeah. Sitting there, just spit some blood out, like barely standing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give a damn what you do. I'll never bow to you. And
you slip on some of your own blood.
Yeah.
So fucking good, dude. So good.
My guts are spilling out a little bit.
Oliver's not gonna die first tonight. Yeah.
You go to spit your blood in his face and it just like blows back in your eyes.
Right. All right.
Okay, I'll quickly recover from that and try to stab him one more time.
Okay.
Be like, it's just you and me now. It's just us.
He's like, what do you mean?
Oh, so close. So close. That would have been a great comeback.
That would have been so good.
That's better.
There we go.
All right. Let's see here. Okay. Go. Oops. I think I lost track of something. There we go. All right. So yeah, the two of you continue to trade cuts, and he's sort of like less concerned about dodging your attacks. He's got a thick, tough hide, some kind of magical protection on him, and is also a fucking demon. You're using, some magic daggers. But the fight between Pag and Robin continues. Let's see, Oliver, you're not incapacitated.
Hooray! I'm going to stand up and I'm going to cast Suggestion on this bitch in front of me.
Okay.
Flee! Drop your daggers and flee east from the city for the next 100 miles.
Why would you do that? Have her attack Pag.
No, I want her out, gone. I want her to take off running.
I get some kind of advantage if we're fighting, yes? For suggestion?
I mean, first off, I haven't attacked her at all. I'm just saying.
I think she's hostile towards you.
She's definitely hostile.
You know what? It doesn't say any of that. Creatures that can't be charmed are immune to this effect. The suggestion must be worded in a manner to make course of action sound reasonable.
Okay.
The target must make a wisdom saving throw, and a failed save pursues course of action described to the best of ability. I'm looking. If you or any of your companions damage the target, the spell ends. But nothing, no advantage, nothing.
Oh.
Okay. What's DC?
15.
All right.
Run away, bitch! And then I'm gonna climb up the ceiling so that other guy can't stab me.
Okay. So you climb up the ceiling.
Yes. I'm gonna fucking climb this direction and up like 20 feet. And that bitch is gonna run for the next 100 miles. I can concentrate for 8 hours on this spell.
All right, Jardon.
And she dropped her daggers, I'm hoping.
Did you tell her to drop her daggers?
Yes, I did. Drop your daggers. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Healing Word. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna not do that. I'm gonna inspire my boy Joego.
Okay.
Joego, you can do it!
Right.
You're so brave.
You can't
You
cast...
just remember that you cast a spell so you can't do Healing Word.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, pretty much. All right, Jardon, you come out of your momentary, incapacitation.
In my studies of Pag, did I learn anything about, we'll call it out-of-game damage immunities or damage resistances, but in-game weaknesses or those?
Right. Weaknesses. I mean, you know that there are plenty of extraplanar creatures where what is called mortal weapons just aren't going to harm them. Pag is one of those creatures, but you know that Robin bears magical daggers, and Jogo's board hasn't seemed to have any trouble laying the beat down on it either.
How about spells? Any particular Deception?
Oh yeah.
I want to cast a very powerful spell, but if Jardon knows that this guy's immune or something,
Jardon knows that you do not know a spell that will affect this creature.
he knows
That's part of the you know that for sure. That's what both Uther's confirmed it several times. It's the reason why Uther and Xenophon aren't just laying waste to it with the magic that they have, because it's like they don't even have spells that will affect it.
So I can't use this GIF.
Not on Pag. That's a pretty good one though.
We blight is a potent spell, which I can,
Yes, it is.
But if he knows that's not going to work,
You do. You've spent the better part of the last week reading and studying about this particular creature, and you know that it's virtually immune to magic.
okay. Now I don't have this prepared just yet, but Robin, polymorph is a 60-foot range. Robin, have you ever shared any stories of things that you really thought were cool? Maybe sometime we went to the circus, or just casually talking, maybe some exotic animals came into town.
There was a time that we went to the circus, and he really loved the jugglers. That's where he got into daggers, when he was younger. It's before his father was taken from him. And he loved the jugglers, and he loved the elephants. He also loved the gorillas.
Gorillas?
Yeah.
Okay. So he'll catch Rob's attention with kind of a hiss in his eyes, and then make a gesture of pointing at Robin and pointing at flexing like an ape sort of thing, do you? But basically asking, do you want this?
I'm just sitting there, just like,
Okay. Then I would like to ask polymorph on. Now we're going to put it on Robin,
Okay.
and a more lithe, perhaps a more dignified looking, maybe an orangutan sort of thing, elongated arms.
Mhm.
But he will become I'll polymorph into gorilla.
Okay.
And I'll give you the stats for that. That's my action. And then I've got a person next to me. Actor 6 is attacking me. Actor 8.
Correct. The two of them are attacking you.
Okay. Then he's going to use, that was his action, his bonus action. He's going to turn to face the others. And as he spins around, his mouth elongates, a shell starts hardening, and he's going to use his shape change into a giant turtle.
Sweet. Once we got that, you got a token set up for.
Yes, I'm
Nice. But does he breathe fire?
I think you still have the fire breathing potion.
He does still
on
have
you.
the fire breath. He hasn't used it yet, or used it once. Yeah. So Joego, I'll make one a new one
Okay, cool.
because Joego has access to his.
That was.
Doing some house cleaning real quick.
Give me 1 second, gentlemen.
All right. Whew.
question, Jim.
Yeah, what's up?
Can my daggers remain in my giant ape form hands?
No. First off, they'd be way too small, and no.
Damn.
You're a giant ape. Like you're. That's the trade-off for the spell. Is you got a brand new hit point total, and you're a big ass fucking King Kong.
Okay.
But you're also,
I figured this was also a better because you've taken a bunch of damage, right? Here's a bunch of hit points.
Oh yeah.
Like pretty big heal, too. Was my intention.
Unless Pruitt, you were hoping to go out in a blaze of glory, and now your martyrdom has been stolen from you.
You
I
could
know
have
how much
shaken
you
your head.
love to have characters die.
I don't love it. I just don't shy away from the moment when it presents itself.
Gotcha.
I prefer to think of it that way.
So that's Jardon. All right, these guys are gonna go now. These acting fools. All right. Oliver stepped away, but Oliver is also way up there. Yes. Okay. Excuse me.
You will still be able to use your sneak attack. If
Does he get class abilities with it? I always forget between wild shape and polymorph.
Well, maybe polymorphs are different. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn. So I'll research.
Yeah, go ahead and look that up. My instinct is to say that they wouldn't. Otherwise, it would make polymorph even more ridiculous than it already is.
Yeah, I thought it just.
All right, here we go. Making some attacks. These two are fighting Jardon. We'll get those cleared up out of the way right now. The first one bounces off your giant snapping turtle shell. Does let's see, what was that? A 22 hit Jardon?
It does, yeah.
All right.
His AC right now is 18.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's going to be 6 damage to Jardon.
Okay.
And the requisite concentration check for that.
Mm-hmm.
May
save me all the work if this fails. It's plus, I've got not bad. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Very good. This one, seeing Oliver run up, is instead going to attempt to attack Uther.
That's how I do.
Oh, well, Uther's going to take himself a little crit there. But Uther doesn't appear to even notice, and there's a flash of blue light as the actor comes up and slashes, seemingly to take Uther's head off. But Uther just kind of glances at him. There's a flash of blue light as something happens.
Uther Abjur?
Yeah. But Mountain Dwarf Abjurer is what Uther is. Let's see. Lucian's back in the back. He's feeling confident enough to start joining the fray. Let's see how far.
Pruitt, if you want to go to the PCs tab, you can grab proper Pruitt.
Proper Pruitt.
Actually, well, let me make sure all the edits are right. I think it is, but yeah, sorry, one second. It doesn't say really one way or another under polymorph that you keep your abilities or you don't. You can just be limited to the actions that the new form can do.
Yeah.
My instinct is to say that
Sure.
kind of thing would be unavailable even in a giant ape form, because you also have like the
In polymorph, you take on the mental stats.
yeah, you take on the mental stats. Your animal instinct, Robin's animal instincts taken over. You still do 4d6 damage on a hit, and you get three of those.
No,
3d10
plus 6.
Oh, only 3d10.
Yeah.
How many
Yeah.
Dungeons Masters does it take to put in a light bulb?
I don't know.
That would be different if it was Joego polymorphing, because he gets smarter when he turns into.
Yes, he does get smarter when he comes into that. However, this stage has had roots burst up through it. We've had it was already kind of weakened and burned from where it was before, and now there's a giant, or from where the glyph was before, and now there's a giant ape on it, and everyone who's on the stage, and it's a giant snapping turtle. And so everyone who's on the stage can hear it groaning and creaking underneath the weight of all of these giant ass animals. Because giant ape is huge.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah,
It's huge.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's too bad Cody Oliver ran off Sash. He could have grabbed her and climbed to the top of the road.
All right, she's out of here. As long as you're concentrating on that spell, she's out of here. Okay.
Yeah, she's fleeing every round 100 miles to the east of the city without her daggers.
Uh-huh.
I hope she doesn't run into a bear.
Yeah. Okay. Polymorph's a 4th level spell. Let's see.
It is. Yep.
Let's go.
My one and only.
Pag casts another spell, and Uther does not have a reaction to do anything about it. Stop that. Here we go. Let's check. 16. All right. So Robin is just like hairs growing out of his arms. His muscles are all cable-like and sinewy, and he starts to grow and gets all lanky and everything, beating the ground, and Pag just like takes it, and it just all of that muscle and fur and mass just goes blowing across and off the stage, and Robin's just back there at his old haggard self as Pag dispels the polymorph.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
That son of a bitch.
Easy come, easy go.
Joego.
All right, I will recklessly attack. Not well. So, it's not showing
You
the
get
number.
you get your second the advantage roll there.
Well, he's blurred, right?
Oh yes, thank you for reminding me.
Yeah. So do not. So in his rage, Joego gonna do Pag like you do Krotos, and he flips the board around. Remember, I sharpened the end.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna try and ram it through his chest.
Okay.
Impale him?
Yeah. Well, that was off or not. I think he just catches it or something.
You attempt to. It's sort of his hide is thick, and
He's the
and
chosen one.
The fur is quite dense, and so like you're trying to find a way to get at it, and you get the impression that this board should have broken and splintered long ago. It's all charred and was already a piece of a broken crossbeam, but you've been wailing away on him at it, and it's like rebar in your hands.
I think you're giving Joego a lot of credit.
That's Jogo's turn. End of Jogo's turn. I am going to take my legendary action. All right, Robin.
Yeah.
That's a what's that there? That's a 26 to hit you.
Yeah, it misses, man. Sorry.
Oh shit! Where'd you get that 26 AC?
He used his reaction to dodge.
I will use my reaction to it doesn't matter.
No. All right.
So
seven damage, or 6 damage from that.
I go down.
Okay, so you guys see that that Pag kind of like jams his like left claw up underneath Robin's rib cage, and it looks like he's about to do one of those like lift him up by the claw moves, like Bullseye does to Elektra. But yeah, he does. You can see Robin's form kind of just fall limp.
Robin, no!
You're not. It's not massive damage. You're just starting to make death saves. That's all. That's my legendary action. Whose turn is it next? This human here fighting Yavos looks pretty haggard, and he's visibly slowing down, and not. He's got his swords dragging on the ground, trying to go after him. It's not working. Uther's there. Shit, what can Uther do? It's like, fuck. He's gonna fight this other guy.
I'm gonna get a bracelet and wear that around.
Yeah.
What would Uther do?
What would Uther do?
Do you guys remember that? All right.
Yes.
I'm old. I'm really old. I mean, I'm not as old as Dave, but I'm old.
All right, now.
Maybe someday you'll be lucky to be old as me.
That's right,
Yeah.
Dave.
Right.
I love you, buddy.
There we go. You see Uther take a swing at this punk who came up here and hit him. So it's gonna hit. Let's see.
Believe in the beard.
What do you got? You got your beard.
He does.
It was really hot, so I took it off and then I died. So put it back on.
Now, if I was DMing, I'd probably just do like a goodwill stomp on Pruitt.
Yeah, just for good measure, just like take 2 failed death saves.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That gets so whiny.
That is a true D&D player right there. He's like, I'm hot, but I'm dying, so I've got to put the beard back on.
You got to put the beard back on.
I don't care how hot it is.
Uther smacks down this one of these actors that's come up and tried to slash at him, and as he connects, his warhammer lets off a thunderous boom, and the guy kind of like, you can see the air shimmering with arcane energy around this guy. That's that. This other guy, whew, man. I remember early on in the season, I was like, I'm not going to run any more fights with a shit ton of opponents. I was like, I just am not. And then,
Wrong.
First off, it's not nearly as fun.
I would just narrate those anyway.
I'm not rolling for all these guys. That's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. All right, 22 hit Joego. The spiritual weapon is continuing. It's assault on him. 7 force damage.
God damn it! Where's that thing coming from? Hey, where are you coming from? 7 force damage.
Yeah, it's from that dwarf who keeps trying to get your attention.
Oh, with the drums. I keep forgetting about that.
He's got a weapon that he's fighting you with now. He's actually got a dagger that he's attempting to stab you with, and 21 hits you, so maybe he will. That's going to be 3 piercing damage from the dwarf there. Funden. All right.
So he did like 4 points of damage between those 2 attacks.
Uh-huh.
Hey, what you do there? Get away from behind there.
Xenophon lets off a stream of magical projectiles that flies in the face of some of the actors down there. They're looks like they dropped. It's going to be Robin's turn.
Oh, here we go.
All right, Robin. All right. That's a 1.
1 down.
I'm so used to you playing half orcs and samurai and other shit where it's just like, all right.
Shit happens,
Oliver.
man.
Stand up, my friend. Bonus action healing word.
Okay.
People are like, why do you play Valor Bards? Because they get 2 attacks and they have healing word. Like, that's why you play Valor Bards. Okay, and I'll shoot 2 arrows into this Pag SOB.
All right.
First one is 19. It hits. Damage for 7. Second arrow is not as neat.
I was gonna hit. You have a magic bow there?
I do have a magic bow. Oh no, I have magic art. Excuse me, bracers, not a bow.
Magic bracers.
Not a bow.
All right. And then how much does the healing word bring to our friend Robin?
Woo! 2.
All right.
2 points.
2.
I believe it's 1d4 plus 1. Plus my spellcasting mod. Excuse me, which is a 4, so 5.
5 HPs, Robin, as you're brought back from the brink of death by Oliver, encouraging you to continue your assault.
Am I on the ground?
And fight on. You are prone.
Okay,
well,
yeah.
no, you're actually, I guess technically you're stuck to his left claw.
Okay, if he's just hanging on to me, I'm just gonna stay limp.
Okay. All right.
That's a clever boy.
Make me a deception check.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
I wish I would have put more into deception, but that's fine.
I thought you were all about deception. Oh! Okay.
I was in disguise kit. Anyway.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh wait, hang on. Potion still is affecting me, but it doesn't really matter. Aha! So 24s, I'm just like laying limply.
Okay. Oliver, you see the arrow that hit Pag just like snap and fly off in a random direction from where it.
Do
hit.
I know? Can I make like a knowledge check, an intelligence check, anything like that to see maybe what happened?
Probably warded against non-magical weapons.
That's neat.
That's not
That's
even
a cool thing.
You don't even need to roll for that. Yeah. You guys have been studying this. You've been talking with Jardon all week. You know, all that downtime stuff that we don't really play through. He might have shared some of this with you.
I knew I should have just taken the +1 weapon.
It's all right, man. All right, where were we? That was Robin's turn. It was Oliver, and then Oliver went. Let's see. 40 there. Jardon, sure go.
Yep, he's gonna spin rounds, letting the blows of the actors rain on his hard shell, and then turn and chomp down on Pag Katama
Nice.
with his bait, which is considered magical.
Yes, it is.
And probably gonna miss, but let's give it a go. Okay, 19 to hit.
19 is good.
So he'll take 20
There you go.
damage, and he is grappled in my
right.
mouth. He can use his
20
action to escape acrobatics or strength DC 14 on his turn.
All right, he's continuing. He's still blurry, past his concentration there, but is grappled. And so you've got you got him by the leg, and he's in a precarious situation right here. What with not noticing that Robin's been brought back to life, and Joego on the other side.
Good job, Jardon. Fight balls, fight balls. Robin would say, fight him in the dick.
As a bonus action, I would probably be aware again that if I breathe fire on him, it's not going to do anything. It's fire damage.
Yeah,
It's not a
probably.
spell.
You're certain whether it would or not.
Well,
It might make you feel better about yourself.
yeah. I've got it. We're using the consumables. That's very important. DM gives you something, make good use of it. So I do have the potion data somewhere. Apologies. Fire breathing. I think he needs to make a dexterity save then.
Okay.
Yeah, I had the
No.
okay.
Nice.
Then I think it's 3d6 fire damage. As he'll
All right.
bite him, and then as he's like lifting him up, a gout of flame will just burn across his face for 6.
Nice. All right. You see some of the little wisps of its fur are singed and little trails of smoke coming off, but it could have been much worse.
Okay.
All right. So let's see. These guys that were over near. This guy's that's no good. He just gets in his own way there, leaving himself open. If you want, this is actor number 6. You'd have advantage to hit him next time if you like. 15 is not going to hit Jardon in his turtle shell. Let's see. Okay, this guy, Lucien and the other actor are sort of fighting one another. Lucien looks pretty hurt, but manages to take care of the actor there. Yavo has beaten this one opponent. It's fucking troll blood all over the floor, and they've smashed up most of the furniture down here. They're actually probably closer to the base of the stage at this point in their ruckus. Let's see, and then we're gonna get. Pag's gonna take his other legendary action before the end of Yavo's turn. All right, who's around me? It was going to do a big thing with Robin, but now that it's being tag teamed by these two, it's going to go after.
So you can include if you want. It was 46 for the fire. So
46 instead of 3d6.
Yeah, and another 6, I guess, if you want to. But
right.
It was a little late, so.
Gotcha. We'll make adjustment. Let's see. It's actually going to attack. Actually, he's going to attack Jardon and just like scratch up your big turtle face. Uh-oh. Here we go.
Oh, shit.
Did we get a crit?
You got a crit on Jardon.
Oh, no. Turtle soup.
All right. So it's going to be 15. So
It was
it's
one
17
shell of a hit.
slashing damage.
He pulls
Oh
out the
my God.
brandy. He pulls out the brandy, dumps it on Jardon real quick.
17 slashing to Jardon. I need a. You're not concentrating on any spells now.
Not anymore, no.
All right, didn't think so. That's top of the initiative. Lucian's done that. Hostilian is still keeping it together. Pag's turn. It's actual turn. Man, it's in pretty dire straits here, isn't it? Let's see what it can do here. It is going to attempt to break free of the grapple. And what else do I have? I've already used that. All right, guys, here we go. Do that with its first one. First action, 13.
DC is 14.
Oh no! It's trying to pry its way out, and it's sort of like just half dragging its leg out from where you've got it, but you've still got it held fast there in your snapping turtle jaws, and it's kind of like you can see it's sort of just given in to its demonic instincts entirely. Whatever it's saying, whatever it mutters to itself, it's no longer intelligible. All right, Joego.
All right.
Pag is pinned by the leg by Jardon. It's got Robin sort of like hanging limply out of its left claw, and you're right there next to him.
All right. I'll try to whack him. See if I can't knock him over.
Ooh, 19.
Ugh, I grabbed it twice. So that for whatever reason, it was doing something funky with the die. So the first shot is definitely going to miss, and the second one is going to hit. I am essentially. I'm going to try and knock him over.
Okay.
As I do that with a bonus action, and for some reason, we're struggling a little bit here. I don't know. The program seems to be frozen.
Dude.
That's your strength check.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That is his strength check.
Natural
What
20.
is your-
It
what
has
is your
mods
strength
on it, though.
modifier?
It has mods on it.
A 7.
Get
7,
there.
27.
So essentially, what Joego does is he tries to knock him over with the first shot, misses, ducks, just swings back with it, and just tries to ram the point of the board, because he'd spent all night sharpening it, up into Pag, and then down into the ground.
Okay.
Take him to the floor.
Go ahead and roll damage. That second one hit. 26 hits him.
All right, yeah. So one of the issues I'm having is the program is frozen for me for right now. Can I can't even see the 20 that I rolled.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you need
so-
us to roll for you? I mean, we can do
Yeah,
that.
Somebody
Yes,
roll
damage.
damage.
There's
So
a.
that's-
Oh wait, am I rolling? Wait, what, am I rolling a 20?
It's a D10 or 2D10 for the. Or no, it's not a crit.
It's
Just a
2d10.
It's just a D10 plus
1d10
6.
plus 6.
Okay. D10 is there. A 1
I'll do it.
plus 6 is 7.
Yeah.
I swear to God, the system hates me so bad. It's just
It
like,
hates you and me, Cody.
dude, it's
Just you
so
and me.
so
But
bad. I
Jogo's
swear
managed to
God.
knock him prone. You like you said, you missed with the first one, you follow up with the second one, and you've knocked him prone, and you've got him pinned with the stake end of your board there, your hacksaw Jim Duggan's board that you've got.
And Jardon's got him grappled, so he can't get up. He can't get up.
Correct. Yes, cannot get up.
It's not funny.
Oh, it's quite funny.
Yeah.
I'm just getting the bad rolls out. That's all I'm doing.
It's gonna go. Pag's gonna go again, attempting to just slash out, and it's sort of like let go of Robin entirely, and is now focused on Joego to just like cause as much pain as possible. Let's see. There we go. 16 gonna miss Joego. Yeah.
16 misses. Yep.
Yeah. 16 misses. All right. That's my legendary action. Yes. Uther's going up. Uther's moving into position, sees what's happening, and moves here to assist, and is going to actually this guy right here, this actor that's sort of still in the fray. You see him like a rag doll. What is that? This a virtual? Come on. All right, there we go. You see him like a rag doll be flung across the stage and into the wall as Uther just kind of like points at him and flies him across the room. Where's my... Oh, oops. There it is. All right, there's that. So I can take my second legendary action. Man. Joego. 20 hit Joego.
A 20 absolutely hits Joego.
All right. 5 slashing damage.
Alrighty then.
And there we go. So that's that one. Is that he's gone. The drumming dwarf, well, he's no longer drumming, but he was drumming when you guys first walked into him. Continues its attack. Selling his life for his master. That's going to be a miss with spiritual weapon. 21 is going to hit Joego then for 4 damage.
All right.
And, let's see, that's the second legendary. It's going to take its third legendary action as it just attacks in a frenzy of claws. And 22. You ready to get you back to your turn over there, Oliver?
I'm just waiting for people to drop so I can healing word them again as bonus actions.
9 slashing
That's all I
damage
do.
to Joego as you're just looming over Pag, and it's like grabbing at you and slashing you with your claws and trying to wrench its leg free from the snapping turtle. Robin, it is your go.
It is my go, eh?
Yeah.
So he dropped me like right next to me. Is he still looking at me?
No, his attention's focused on Joego.
Okay, yeah. I mean, because I got that athlete feat, yeah, I just kind of like am up on my feet and just like, never take your eyes off an enemy. And just both daggers down in him.
Do it.
Okay.
Now, you allowed Joego to stack advantage and disadvantage earlier, yes?
No, I was saying I considered that as a
Oh,
house
okay,
rule.
never
I
mind.
Setting
wasn't
him up.
gonna do
Damn it.
that.
He's setting him up.
Damn it. Oh, well.
It's a logic trap. Don't
It
fall
is.
for it.
It's true. So, but he is prone, so at least the blur is offset.
Yeah.
So that is
Yes.
good. You son of a...
Oh,
Fucking hell!
it is so bad. Listen, Pruitt, we're gonna have a chat.
Yeah, we're gonna have a chat with fucking Doug.
Are you playing a character that attacks a lot in the second season, Pruitt?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Probably.
All right.
So with my second attack, as I spit some blood out and wipe the blood out of my eyes,
Uh-huh.
but I am still under the effects of the thing, so I need
your
this to be a 4.
Potion
and
of
it's
heroism.
not.
No.
Oh,
You know, I know it's a little late now, but I think we should get a laser sight on those daggers for you.
Fuck this.
he needs tracer rounds so he can correct his fucking strike in the second one.
God.
Good. All right.
Buddy, I feel your pain. I feel your
Oliver.
pain, Pruitt. Yeah, Oliver's gonna do more bard things. Everybody's up, so it's cool. So yeah, we're going. I'm really debating if I should charm Pag because you make public rolls, but I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna shoot arrows at him,
All right.
and
I
and use my last inspiration on Joego.
You
Okay.
also know Pag is very resistant to magic.
Yeah, you also know he's very resistant to magic.
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay.
Here we go. Yeah, there we go. 13 and a. God almighty. I don't even know why I try anymore. Pruitt. Let's
Take it,
just
guys.
fucking- I got a +6 modifier.
Guys.
Anything with your bonus action?
No, I'm gonna. No, I did. I used that. I used my last inspiration for Joego. So you have a D8 for damage, saves, whatever you want, buddy.
All right.
All right.
Jardon.
Why didn't you give that to me, man?
I'm
the
gonna
one
crawl
with
up-
problems here.
I don't care if you die because I'm gonna healing word you. I'm gonna crawl up a little bit higher, Jim Davis, and be on the ceiling.
Okay.
Uh,
Jardon.
was he got up, correct? I mean, he's
Ag.
not prone, but he's still grappled, right?
Oh, he's prone and grappled.
Prone and grappled. Okay.
Yeah.
So because he is grappled, my bite automatically does damage.
Okay.
But I guess I could roll to see if it crits. I probably get one or the other. I'm gonna roll. Well, what do you say?
Is it like an automatic damage thing?
Right.
Then I just
When
just
you have
roll
them
the- I
grappled.
would just say roll the automatic damage.
So he's gonna chomp down hard,
Okay.
dealing 17 with
Okay.
his magic bites, and then he's going to unleash his last gout of flame just directly into the thing's
Balls.
chest, balls.
Balls.
Yes. Which
Balls.
is 8 fire damage, so 25 damage total.
All right. Yeah, you can
He-
see it now.
He
Go
gets
ahead.
a dex save, but I guess he's prone, so he.
Yeah, he's prone. I forget what kind of that. I mean, you're also like got him in your mouth, so I
Right.
would say he has, at very least, he has disadvantage on that dex save.
Yeah.
Um,
DC is 13 for his dex save.
yeah, it fails that dex save.
Okay,
So take that.
that's
Let's
action
see.
bonus.
What are we?
He's just
at?
gonna hold him. I guess he could drag him,
You can drag him if you wish.
but yeah, he can move with him at half speed.
Okay.
But I don't think we need to just yet, right?
Right. He's pretty well pinned.
Right,
And
he's
Jogo's
grappled
kind of like-
and prone, so he can't even stand up if we just.
He can't even stand up.
We got
yeah.
a whole lot of healing words, boys. It's fine. We're fine.
So you Jardon kind of like comes over to him, and you got him in your mouth, clamp down. You can feel the bones of his leg start to break, and you then just like let a gout of fire out, and it like scorches off a big swath of its fur and flesh, and it just sort of like through gritted needle teeth is like and it's sort of like as it's scrambling and just scratching up Jogo's forearms and chest, trying to get him off of him.
Is he still blurred?
Yeah, is he still blurred?
All right, let's see if he's still blurred.
Oh my god.
Where am I at here? There we go. That was. Oh no, he is not blurred.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
His
you see
furry
him.
ass is
Yes.
You see him in his full clear glory, as the images focus up, and his blur effect is no longer active. Let's see.
Jogo say put magic back, you ugly.
Yeah.
Y'all one ugly motherfucker.
Yavo finishes beating down this one that's down there, and it looks like there are other. Those of you who have a better vantage can sort of see that there's a whole bunch of bodies and other people still in the lobby. Looks like Yavo's. That's just like rest of where Yavo's gang is. It's still in the lobby. Let's see. Pag's turn. It's going to get one last one. Let's see. What's it going to do with its last little bit here? All right. It's in a fit of rage and bloodlust, it continues its attack on Joego, and it's just trying to like get as close to you as possible to bite you and tear at your flesh. Let's see, 18 for Joego.
Oh yeah.
And 25.
Yep.
So the first one's 11. The other one's 9. And Joego being this close can tell, like, it's got a lot of fight in it. You can tell it's sort of its fighting spirit hasn't flagged, but the physical body that it really, like, this physical body was once Athelfane's, and it has taken a beating. And you can tell that the blows are landing a little slower, and it's not as it's on its last leg, you think. And it's Jogo's turn.
So Joego is just going to just continue to lean and grind.
Okay.
With that board. Oh, and all right, so he's not blurred anymore. That makes a difference.
I don't see
nothing
wrong.
Yes.
With a little lean and grind.
So
I don't see
forgetting to roll
nothing wrong.
with advantage this entire time against Joego.
well, he's been prone, so
Oh yeah, that's right.
makes it straight. So there's 9 on that first attack.
Come on in, let's do it. Grind on that rickshaw.
That's going to miss.
That's going to be a miss. You're so okay. So you roll both of them. Your first one. So Jogo's like leaning hard on this thing, and you can feel a rib break and pop, and the full weight of Jogo's half ogre lived on the streets self goes plunging through Pag's torso, and for a brief moment it sort of like freezes up and lets go of your forearms, and you can just sort of like feel the tension in it release as it's just kind of like and a greenish white sort of gray gas starts leaking out as Pag's form slowly melts to look like Athelfane.
Can I use my reaction to inhale him as the triggering of
Fuck,
the gem
dude.
has?
You want to breathe in the demon's
I want
essence?
to inhale the demon.
I'm gonna kill your ass.
Tap into the crystal that's supposed to imprison him once his form has been put out, and then coalesce him and have him drop out on the other side after
Make
the
me
magical
a
process happens.
Constitution check to breathe him in.
Absolutely.
Oh my god. I've never heard a dungeon master say that. Please
What?
make a constitution check to breathe in the demons,
18.
sir.
Yeah, the 18's good. Yeah, you breathe in a sharp breath, and you can feel it's like the inside of your mouth is immediately numb and chilled from the it leaves a horrible taste in your mouth of sulfur and blood and other unnamed flavors.
It's so much worse than old man balls that you just had in your mouth.
Easily. Uther and Xenophon come rushing to the stage at that, as well as
I just pictured them running up to Jardon and smacking him on the back of the head. Spit it out!
spit it out.
You know, like when your dog gets into the trash.
To me, I hope I was getting across. It's like he could transform and then use the crystal. But I thought this would be far more entertaining if we're okay with that. So he's basically casting the crystal to imprison him within. The crystal is somewhere on his person, and then he wants to.
He wants to do that. He wants to like breathe it in and then have it be like that. Yeah, using the natural magics that you have. Yeah. Yes. So Uther comes over and assists with the ritual, and you can see Uther just sort of like having his hammer. He's attuning himself to the arcane resonance necessary to complete the ritual as Jardon breathes in the demon and processes him and pushes him into the gemstone. The ritual itself is fairly easy, and you can feel the demonic essence leave your form, and for a brief moment you tasted it, and now you feel it leave yourself. What do you guys do?
Holy shit, did it work?
Jogo's shoulder slumps as he looks down.
Yeah.
At what?
Yeah, your board is piercing Athelfane's body.
Yeah, he's just so disappointed because he thought he was impaling Pag the way Pag impaled Crow does. Jogo didn't do it right.
Yeah.
No, you did, Joego. You did it right.
Everyone's focused on Pag for a second. The dwarf tries to flee, but is trapped by some sort of invisible barrier that Xenophon deals with, or Xenophon casts at him. It looks like there are probably 3 other actors who, at seeing the death of this creature that they've been following for these last however many months, drop their weapons.
Like, he's a demon. Who knew?
Who knew?
We just took a job.
All right, and so Jardon, you become your lizard folk self, and then what?
Hold the crystal in his hands, that it kind of ended up there, we'll say. And I mean, really, if this feels like we did it, then I think he's not going to pay any attention to any of the foes, even if they're still swiping at him. He's going to go look to tend to anybody who is down or looking grievous.
I mean, Robin's pretty roughed up, and is going to have some wicked scars. What else?
I have a potion of greater healing that I will go give to Robin.
Okay. Yeah, some of these drop their weapons and run towards the backstage. This one that was hurled against the wall by Uther's telekinesis is just doesn't even get up. It's not dead, but he's not getting up.
Joego will begin gathering up the children and checking on them.
Yeah, most of them are unconscious, and now their minds are freed from Pag's dominion. There seems, freaked out, absolutely beside themselves.
Yeah, you ever see a mother cat collect its kittens?
Uh-huh.
That's what Joego looks like right now. Touching them all, gathering them up.
Yeah. You see Yavo is tending to his wounded as well. He's taken one of the few places on his body that is unarmored beneath his skin, and has slit his wrist and is having his followers drink his troll blood to recover from their wounds. Hostilian is slumped against the wall on the far side of the room. Let's see. Yeah. The gemstone glows with an inner brightness. There is you look at it, particularly at a certain facet, you can even see for a brief moment the face of Pag as you manipulate the gemstone and look at it, but it otherwise seems to glow with an intense inner green brightness, almost even in fact shedding a soft dim light around the otherwise lightless stage here. Light streaming in from the front door, of course. Let's see.
Jardon's going to offer it to Uther, or it's the way do with it now.
Well, this will hold him more securely than the other prison that we fashioned for him. There's no way to contact it or draw power from it.
That's because Jardon did it. Jardon really smart.
Uther sort of looks at it, and it must be kept in a safe place until some means can be found to banish it from this plane. I'm afraid that we will have to accept an imperfect solution.
I think I know a place. I'm sure Jardon knows some very secluded corner of the sewers that couldn't possibly be found by anybody. That's his suggestion about what to do with this.
Yeah, we should bury it deep deep, 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 deep.
In the
Yeah.
deepest
Deep.
cistern of
And
shit.
in 100 years, there will be a demon cat.
There was an opportunity for this to come back and play a cool part, but a very small one, so minuscule that our characters won't be affected by it.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to.
Uther, you can see Uther considering his
almost like-
options for a minute. Xenophon is off helping tend the wounded and secure this dwarf who is attempting to bolt. And Uther looks at Jardon and says, "You know the Undercity better than anyone. If there is a place that you can find for it, then I will help you secure it. I can cast spells of warding, spells that will cause others to avoid the area. And hopefully we can keep it safe there for as long as we're able."
Like this, but surrounded by sewers and pipes and stuff.
Right. And then Uther gives Oliver sort of a side glance. Oliver can tell that Uther's kind of looking at him, but after offering his aid in hiding and securing the Pag's prison, Uther starts making his way outside.
Uther, just a moment.
You catch up with him as he's getting to the door.
And I kind of step in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
You are fools. But by my count, there is a lot of blood on your hand, but none of the children's. My question to you, Isadora, what power over the city, what say should she continue to have? Do you not think it wise and fair that all of us here who bled and sacrificed so much, who gave everything, who risked everything to correct your wrongs, to correct Isadora's wrongs, do you not think that us better leaders, us better people to be there for the people? What good is a leader like Isadora, a luminary, who would bring such a monstrosity to our very doorsteps and to flee like a gutless chicken?
Uther holds your gaze and sits down on one of the half-broken benches that's in there. Oliver, you are right. We have been reckless and inconsiderate in our actions and placed the city in dire jeopardy. I cannot speak for Isadora, but you will have my answer tomorrow as to what I think we should do. But know this, you have been right, and your outrage and anger at us is well placed. And he just kind of like, you can now see that he's just the weight of his age is wearing on him, and he stretches himself out for a minute and blinks his eyes around and stands up from where he was sitting. I do think that you would make a better leader for this neighborhood than we have been.
You're wrong. I would make an awful leader. But Jardon is wise. And by the gods, for some reason, I have been given enough wisdom, just enough, to see his wisdom, to recognize it. So I ask you two things. Make this day a day of remembrance, a day for the orphans, a victory for the people, and to make Jardon a luminary. Join what is below the city, in the Street of Spells, join that and its wisdom with that above. It would be wise of you to heed these words.
He considers it for a second. Looks at you. Nods. You speak true. And I do think Jardon would be better at this than we have been. I will let you know tomorrow what my decision is, but I do not think it right that I continue to hold the prominence that I do here based on what has happened here and the actions that you have taken to clean up my mistakes have shown that you are of more moral character than perhaps we were. And with that, he starts to make his way out the door. What's everybody else up to?
I will, after he leaves, I'll kind of walk up to Oliver, as the conversation. Oliver, we don't all get to be luminaries. I think Joego will make a really good wizard.
I agree, Joego, no doubt. But it involves a lot of reading. I don't know if it would be the most fun. Cooking, however, perhaps you could be the luminary. The very first luminary of cooking, of stews. We'll have a parade in your honor to the first luminary of stews.
Joego knows how to make stew. So you mean you don't get magic when you become a luminary?
Joego, you don't need magic, because if you're the luminary of cooking, you would be the co-luminary, wouldn't you? Mm-hmm. See, that's how you do it, Cody.
That's it.
I came up with Saber Dice. Go fuck yourself.
So everybody is patching themselves up, getting, taking the couple of prisoners that you do have and securing them. Let's fast forward a bit. What do you guys do for the rest of the day? We're sitting here at it's maybe, I think, probably midday. This was early in the morning. You guys had gone through the sewers and then the fight. So we're just coming up on midday. What's the rest of the day look like? And then we'll move into wrapping up the campaign.
My understanding is Jardon and Joego have been threatening everyone with a barbecue or picnic.
I agree.
That's true.
We're going to have a shindig.
We're going to have a block party, all right? Block party.
Jardon's going to give you kind of a little, he's going to start a stew or something, but he's not going to rest easy until that gem is very secured. Okay. So he'll excuse himself and go, use the rest of his spells, pass without trace.
Yeah. Xenophon and Uther, if you're ready to go do that immediately, then the rest of the day, that's what Xenophon and Uther will assist you with.
And we're going to prepare the manse and Deep Pillow for the after party. We're going to go to Deep Pillow and we'll have the after party at the manse.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
I'm gonna go talk to my boy Lucian, because while I could go seek out healing, I want to remember this day. So I just want him to stitch me up, and so that I do have some wicked scars.
Yeah, you do. You're gonna have some wicked scars. Well, you can roll on that sweet table later if you want. Just see what.
Because I got hit like 8 times.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Lucian's more than willing to patch you up, and advises against. He's like, go easy on the celebrations tonight, Robin. It's you don't want to open one of these again.
Well, I appreciate your concern, old friend. As Robin will agree to that, but I'm not sure if Vandermouse will be able to hold to the same truth.
He damn Vandermoose.
So do we find all the children?
Yes, you find all the children,
including Sneezy.
Let's see. There's something. Lucian informs Robin that. Let's see. Lucian informs Robin as he's tending to him and sort of wrapping him up that he thinks that Robin has been cursed.
I believe that.
be
and that
right
you
back.
should, okay, and that you should, in the days after, you should seek someone to see that your wounds seem cursed, basically. And anyone who's similar with Joego, that you bear cursed wounds, that you will take more than natural healing or even magical healing to remove the whatever curse you have on you.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah. So Jardon and Uther and his apprentice Xenophon spend the rest of the day in the Undercity preparing a secret location, a hiding place for it. Afterwards, Xenophon offers to alter the memory of anyone who wishes to not know where it is, so that they don't become a liability. So it really is just the three of you, Jardon, Uther, and Xenophon.
You know, I think he'll keep it. He's gonna find. We end up finding it again anyway, and he wants, he'll keep his memory.
Okay.
Dangerous though it is, but
Gotcha. Xenophon would prefer not to know, and alters his memory of the event, so that he does not know where the location of the emerald is. All right, so it's the next day. You guys have a party. There is a barbecue by Joego. Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Barbecue by Joego, fine artisan dining.
There's
Exclusively at the Deep
definitely
Pillow.
something that looks like pheasant or chickens, really, really small ones.
Or rats.
I was thinking pigeon, but
Oh, yeah. Rats are just wingless pigeons.
Kind of like a little smoke method barbecue or something.
Oh, yeah. Things like those guys, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Right.
That
So
mystique. Oh, smoke bomb.
we got puns and puns and puns. No, I'm kidding.
So you guys have your party, and the Deep Pillow is awash with relief and celebration. Uther arrives in his party best, and makes an announcement that he is accepting voluntary exile from the city. That his estates will pass to his apprentice, but he feels very strongly, and the conversations that he's had with Oliver over the last 2 days have weighed heavily on him. He thinks that he would be best served if he was away from the city and researching how to permanently banish Pag.
Wait a minute. Did we win control of the city with words? Is that a thing that just happened?
That's what it sounds like.
Bards
He's
are best.
the only
Bards
remaining,
are so much better.
He's the only remaining luminary within the neighborhood. Isadora is AWOL. No one's heard from her. And his estates passed to Xenophon. Although he does make a very generous donation to the Briar Patch House. Luther owns a couple of banks and is, rich like a 300-year-old dwarf, right? And so he makes a generous donation to the Briar Patch House, as well as in sort of he doesn't liquidate his entire estate. Like I said, most of it goes to Xenophon, but he does gift you all an item of significance from his personal vaults. And then after that, he stays for a bit at the party before leaving the city. Anyone else? What do you guys do at the party? What's y'all's preferred way to celebrate the defeat of this demon and your survival of it?
Squirrel tail stew, man.
And lots of lightning gliding.
And special mushrooms.
All right.
From deep in the sewers that only one person I know knows how to find.
That's great. Everybody's there. Kratos's bodyguard, the Fey bodyguard, who survived the fire but still bears wounds, is there to honor the memory of Kratos. Yavo is there, and in seeming good company. No bad blood. No past rivalries come up. Of course, the orphans our presence. How about Robin and Jardon? What do y'all get up to when you party?
At the party, actually, I want to try to take this moment of good revelry and camaraderie to approach Joego and see if maybe this could be a chance for him to straighten out a little bit and maybe take on a role as kind of a protector around the streets, especially of the orphanage, but the street of spells in general. Like,
make him the sheriff. Make him the sheriff.
You could do a lot of good with the help that you brought today, and goodwill that you've gained.
Yeah, this past year fighting ghouls and the charred remains of those poor bastards to the north in that neighborhood is it's come around, and this whole thing with the demon is just well, I don't know. Just seems foolish to go back to the old ways now. I think you won't hear any trouble from me, and I'd prefer to leave a legacy where everybody remembers me fondly.
You can forge a new legacy.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
He drinks to that, raises his glass, and to new beginnings, burying old grudges.
Jardon is not really much of a party person, or much, quite gregarious or those kind of things. He still is concerned, of course, about the Illithid invasion he saw, and he's delved into some darker places learning about these things. So he's a little more, he's really pleased that the orphans are safe, the whole neighborhood's safe, that we all came through. But he's a bit more pensive, reflective, kind of trying to really look ahead, and will mostly be using his mending and druid craft abilities to patch up the orphans, make them smile where he himself is not really feeling it.
Gotcha. So in the weeks ahead, you guys find yourselves in new positions of influence and respect within the neighborhood. The people who are there and who live their lives out on these streets and who call the neighborhood home, they know who protected them. They were there when Pag issued a challenge, and you guys confronted Pag in a very public way. There was a crowd gathered outside the Cerulean Rose after when you guys finally emerged from it. For the spellcasters, Oliver and Jardon, you guys eventually you find that people seek you out, whether apprentices or those with a bit of talent wanting your tutelage, or people who just have a problem that they need solved, and they naturally go to you. For Joego and Robin, it's similar. Non-spellcasters don't get as much respect, but everyone knows you around the neighborhood, and everyone knows that you're good people, and that you'll come through and help out those in need.
Joego opens up the culinary arts school.
So I'd like to give everybody a final word on just sort of like what your character do for the next few weeks as we close out the campaign, and then I think we're going to do a bit of a Q&A for our viewers, and yeah, let's get what do you got? How do you guys close this chapter in your characters' lives?
First off, Robin will as soon as possible seek out a way to cleanse these wounds of his, so that he can move on with his life, but still bear the scars to remember this dark time. But in seeing that and seeing how these kids were taken, I think he's probably going to start a bit of a thieves guild, but it's going to be a little something different. And he wants to train whatever orphans once they reach a certain age, like officially train them so that they're not taken, off guard by things like this. They should learn how to handle themselves.
Okay.
So that's going to be his official or unofficial role. But I think he'll probably have to come up with a new secret identity, since Vandermouse has kind of been seen around in the company of these heroes. So he's going to start laying the seeds for that.
All right. Anybody else have any thoughts on their characters as they move away from this event?
I kind of feel like Dave has like a bunch of funny shit he wants to say, but for the most part, I feel like Joego would just go on living the way he always lived, tending to kids. There's always going to be new kids. Maybe he patrols the street with a little more watchful eye, but he's never really cared about the trappings of society so much.
Yeah. Of course, you're always welcome in Xenophon or Curio's homes. They consider you friends and trusted allies. How about Oliver and...
Oliver is going to take on the responsibility of becoming a public face for the city. So okay. he's going to be, he's still going to be here at the Street of Spells, but he's going to perform often in the theater district to the north, and he's going to try his best to keep a public facade of everything is fine, everything's under control, this is a new era, while at the same time probably working a lot with Robin with the kids and trying to absorb as much information from them as possible. Keep your friends close and keep your enemies even closer. And he goes on to perform one of his favorite poems, which he absolutely loves, in the vein of Mrs. Pratt, which is, Mrs. Pratt, who was very fat, once had a husband named Rick, but he was soon found dead when she took him to bed, when she found out he had a small Morty. And that's his famous poem that he'll go on and perform for several sellout shows.
All right.
Very nice.
Very good.
I think Jardon is going to be, again, a little more reserved. He'll still be helping people find things and mending, but I think he's going to start spending some time at the Seeker's lair, where the Mind Flayer Scion sort of thing that, he's going to be, maybe even develop a bit of a paranoia about this coming. And since he's now started, becoming academic, he'll spend a lot more time in, Xenophon's now library, and in that layer, and really he'll be a little more reserved than he was before, and just develop a greater obsession with this stuff.
Gotcha. All right, guys. Well, this is the end of season 1 of Saver Dice. Our party has vanquished over their foe. Close call for Robin almost, but you guys
Healing
pulled
word?
it out. Healing word. No deaths stain your or my reputation, I guess.
It wasn't even that close. He didn't roll a single death save.
I rolled
Right.
one.
I think he did, though.
I think he
Oh,
got
you did roll one?
got one.
I rolled an 18 on it.
I'm going to let Cody take over from here. I think we're doing a Q&A, but he's got some information for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And,
So
stick around.
So guys, first off, if you're here right now and you're hanging out with us on Twitch, holy shit, thank you so much. You make the show so much fun for us. We really genuinely appreciate it. We talk about it in the pregame chat before we come live, and we have so much fun with you guys. And if you're watching later on YouTube because you can't make it, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us on this incredible adventure. So before we close out, we want to give a big thank you to all of our sponsors because they have put this show together, and that of course is ThinkGeek, who is our presenter. Those guys are awesome. There's going to be links all over the place. Those are affiliate links. If you guys shop on ThinkGeek for Christmas coming up, that supports the show. So that's an easy way for you guys to support the show. And of course, we want to thank Fantasy Grounds, who has been unbelievable. Doug sat with us for 2 hours and answered all of our questions on Fantasy Grounds. They've put together an incredible program. We are just so grateful that they have been so supportive. And of course, all the maps that you guys see here on the show are from pyromancers.com, which is built in Dungeon Painter Studio by our magnificent bastard, Jim Davis. And right now we have a giveaway going on for those guys for the finale and celebration. So I've been sharing the link all night. I'll share it again. I'll put it on the YouTube description box. Be sure to enter into that giveaway. We're giving away 4 Dungeon Painter Studio licenses, which is it's the full program. Like, it's amazing. And if you guys don't win, by the way, it's like $16. So it's like, go pick it up. I picked it up. It's awesome. I love it. So of course, before we head out for our Q&A, I just want to give acknowledgments. My name is Cody with Taking20. Of course, we have Dave Friant with the one and only Nerdarchy. We have Andrew Armstrong with DawnforgedCast, Jonathan Pruitt, and the magnificent bastard Jim Davis with WebDM. Thank you guys. Thank you, gentlemen. It's been a fucking privilege to have this awesome adventure with you. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Fun times. We're sticking around.
Absolutely.
We're gonna do some Q&A.
So,
we're gonna do a Q&A.
We're gonna take a quick break, guys, and we will be back in about 3, 4, 5 minutes or something like that. And we're just gonna hang out, drink some beers, answer your questions, and bid our beautiful Andrew Armstrong adieu, because he won't be joining us for season 2. He's taking some time off. So I will leave you with this trailer.